Hi everyone, we are about to see the daily challenge question for 24th of November. The name of the question is maximum matrix sum. So in this question we are given with an n cross n integer matrix and they are saying we can do following operation any number of times. The operation is we can choose any two adjacent elements from this matrix and multiply them with minus 1 and two elements are considered adjacent if and only if they share a border. Now, here in this question, the meaning of border is if they are adjacent like this. I mean, they are sharing the line. Diagonally adjacent elements are not adjacent for this particular question. Now, they are saying our goal is to maximize the summation of matrices element, and that summation we need to return. So let's see by the examples. So first example is this one. The current configuration is such. So now first of all we are picking these two adjacent element and multiplying them with minus 1 as asked in question. So now this minus 1 will become positive and this 1 would become negative. So hence the configuration would be like this. Now again we can further multiply these two elements as they are adjacent. So when we multiply them with minus 1, the whole matrix is now having positive integers. And if the matrix is having positive integers, we don't need to multiply with minus 1 any further, because the positive matrix will always give the maximum answer. So in this case we will add all the four elements, and hence the answer is 4 in this case. Now let's see another example. So here three integers are having negative values right now. Now see, we need to return the maximum answer, right, by adding. So the answer can be maximized if all the elements are positive. That would be the first case. Or second case would be if at all any element is negative, then we'll try that the minimum value is negative, so that when we add them, the minimum value would be minus subtracted, and hence we can get the maximum answer. Now see, they said we can do this operation any number of times, right? Now see, if the count of negative integers are odd, we can convert all the negatives to positive except one, because two negatives can form a positive, right? So that's how we will form, like we will make these two negatives to positive, and this will remain negative only. Now if we have done this, then we can add all of them and this would be subtracted, right? So that's how answer is 16. Now see, for example, if this negative 1 is positive, given positive, and instead this 3 is having a negative value, in that case we will perform this operation as it is. So now they are 2 and 3 positive values, and here we are seeing a negative. So when we will perform an operation with these two elements, so now this 3 is positive, right? And this 2 will become negative. And when we will perform this operation with these two elements, so now this 2 will become positive and this one will become negative. And hence again the minimum value is having the negative value. So this will be subtracted, and hence again the answer would be 16. So from here we can find this observation that if the negative counts is odd, in that case we will subtract the smallest value from the whole summation. So this was the observation. Now let's try to code this up. So I've created an answer variable for returning the answer. Let's create a variable named mini for having the minimum value, and let's initialize it with maximum value for now. And let's create a variable as neg count to store the negative counts. Now initially we will add all the values. Let's loop through this matrix first. And initially let's add all these values to our answer with positive value only. So absolute of mat ij we have added. Now we need to also calculate the minimum value, so let's calculate that as well. So this should be mini, or if this value is minimum, then let's update it. And finally, if this value is negative, then let's increase the count for negatives also. So if this is less than 0, increase the neck count. So this is done. Now finally, if neck count end 1, or let's use the modulo, if this is 0, this means negative counts, the count of negative values are positive, so in that case we can directly return our answer. Otherwise we need to return subtracting the minimum answer by subtracting the minimum value. So let's return answer minus minimum. Now there is one more thing we need to make sure. See here, when we have added all these values, so we have added this 1 also as positive, and now we are subtracting it only one time. But this should be subtracted twice, because we should not add this first of all, and secondly we should subtract it. So we will subtract 2 into many. Now let's try running this. And all the given test cases we have passed. Let's try submitting this. And we have passed all the test cases. So for the time complexity part, we are visiting all the cells for ones. So n square would be the time complexity. For space, we are not using any container. So the space complexity is O1. So yeah, the only observation we need to find to solve this question was that two negatives can make the integers positive, and if the negative counts is in odd, in that case we need to subtract the minimum value, and hence we have solved the question. So yeah, this is it for this question. Thank you. See you.